All right. Hi, everyone. Nice of you to join me once again. All right. So, what we'll be doing in this video is to basically bootstrap Spring Boot. Be following three approach via the CLI, via start.spring.io, and also via Intellij Ultimate for those that have the licensed version of Intellij. All right. So, let's just get into it to see how to begin using the CLI. All right. Okay. All right. So as you can see I'm in the official documentation. You basically find this. You basically find this in the link below. Just check the link below. You basically see this URL. So what you will see is when you go to this URL, you will see the installing the CLI, right? Installing the CLI. And all you need to do is just to click this. It's still basically bringing you here. It just went to the top, right? I went from this part to this part. So there are several ways based on your operating system, right? There are several ways where you can actually achieve this. You can basically download the bin version, right? Then basically unzip it. You can do that. You can use STK man, right? You can install STK man. STK man, it's basically free to use also. So you see STK man. So STK man, this is basically how it works. So you go to STK man, you can just download. Once you have SDK man, you can just basically bring things in. All right, yeah. So for those that actually for you can basically just use this. If you have a bash, just run this on your terminal and you'll be able to get things started. All right. So that for that. Okay, so if you just scroll down, you see all the details you need. It's very simple to use, right? I have gone ahead because I'm actually using a Mac Silicon, so what I have Max Silicon chip, right? So there is a part where you can use a brew also, right? For those that are familiar with homebrew, this is basically for Mac users. So I just used the brew version and I was able to actually get it installed. So I have that installed right now. So you can basically do the same, okay? So once you've installed it, all you just need to do is it's quite a straightforward step actually, right? It's quite a straightforward step. Now the question that should be asked is okay, if I'm going to install via CLI, what is the use to me? All right, the use to you is for those that would just be starting up projects individually, you might not find the use case. But it will be very useful if you're an organization and you have a standard for a particular year, right? And you want your developers when starting off a project to just have a one liner and they have the project tied to a particular directory, probably to your maybe Bitbucket or GitHub or things like that. That would define the version, the dependencies to start with, and all. So you can basically achieve that. All right. So in order to do that, I've already written out the command basically because it's not something for you to cram. I've already written out the command, right? So this is an example here, right? So you have the Spring in it. This how because once you've installed, right, you'll be able to use this command Spring. So Spring in it, then label out the dependencies you need. You don't have to create all the dependencies. Just pick out some few. You can add to it later. Then the name of the project. So for this name, there are two things to it. If you don't put an extension to it, it will automatically extract it for you. I'm going to see that. Then the build, if you want to use Maven or Groovy or Gradle, you can specify here. Then the Java version you're using. There are also some other options I'm going to show you in a bit. So I'll go ahead and comment this out. So I'll comment this out. So if you do a Spring help init, right, you see, it gives you so much option of the things you can do. You can set the group ID, the Java version, and like I said, it's for companies who are looking to be creative to actually get projects started with little or should I say with some configuration that they want it to be particular to that company for a particular year. Probably you want all your projects to be in Java 25. So you can achieve this way. All right, so let's go ahead and just run the command. So let me clean up my screen. All right, so let's run this directly. So if I run this, let's remove this hash. So as you can see, it's trying to create it underneath, and this has been created. So it has been created as demo.zip. Now let's also go in. Let me rename this, right? Let me rename this and call it something like my app 2. You see, I did not add any extension. You will see what's going to happen. So if I do this, it's going to create, but it would have been extracted already, right? Okay. Oh, all right. I've already created something as this called I think it's actually conflicting with demo.zip. Okay, so how that works is You're supposed to just go in. I think I'm supposed to just take this out. I wouldn't use the name, right? And just extract directly. Let's see that work. Okay, this is trying to do that. All right, so you can see project extracted to where I actually started to. So I'll bring up that folder. All right, so this is the folder. The first one was the demo.zip, which is the first thing. So I only specified the name, but I didn't specify the file name. If I had done so, it would have been able to do that. I'm sure you understand that. So because I only specified the name here, the name of the app will be my app, but I did not specify the other bits. All right, so I have it in here. So if I were to do this right now, let's say I do something one more. I go in and I place this and I call this maybe my demo. I call this my demo and I give it something like demo zz.zip. All right, so let's see how this will basically turn out. All right, so you see I've been able to create this. So let's explore those 3 files we've created. The first one is this, right? The first one is this. So if you have it in here, I can bring it up, just explore the POM file, right? If I bring up the POM file, right? So I'll be explaining everything about the POM file in the next video or so. So you see, I have everything. So this is actually Bootstrap for me directly. No hassle. I have everything I need. I can go in and modify as much as I want. I'm going to bring this up in Intellij, right? But let's explore the other files. So if you go to this file, which is the demo ZZ. Okay, I created this last. Let's open this. So when you open this and if you check the POM file. So check the POM file. Okay, so this is the POM file. And if you can see, it has everything detailed in here, right? So this is it's creating a project for you. So for those that are particular about using Maven, so I use Maven here, right? I might probably be sticking to Maven. We could have used Gradle or Kotlin or Gradle Groovy, right? We could have used any of those two, but I'll just stick to convention because starting out is easier to stick with convention over configuration. And Maven is more of convention over configuration, while Gradle is more of configuration over convention. So for starters, I'd always advise you start with Maven, right? And those that are advanced, you know exactly how to port the project easily. All right, so let's open this last one. Open this demo ZZ. Let's open it. Let's explore this pom.xml. So open this up. Let's bring it up also. Right, so we have the active file ID. We have the my demo, and we basically have everything we need here. All right, so that's basically completes this. All right, so they are all basically different version of the same. You can see it's picking the latest Spring Boot version. Okay, so guys, that is basically it. That's how to bootstrap with CLI. It's quite straightforward, no hassle. You don't have to do anything extra. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to open one of these in my Intellij. So let's bring up Intellij. I'm going to bring up Intellij. Okay, so let's bring up Intellij. So Intellij is coming up. Okay, so I have Intellij coming up. So what I would do, so I have it open in my second screen. So I'm going to go ahead and just open the project. How to open the project. So this is Intellij basically. So you have Intellij up here, right? These are some of the projects I basically worked on, right? So let's just skip back. So what you can do is I can click on open, then go to where you saved it. So I saved everything in under samples. Then I can just pick one of them, right? And I pick one of them. Yes, I trust the project, and it brings it up like this. So it's bringing everything up. Let's just wait for it to completely load. Okay. All right. So basically this is all you see. We have it all. See, it's up. We have this. This is the virtually everything you need, right? It just comes up, and I'll be explaining more of these concepts in the later video. So what I'd like us to do now is to actually jump into the next phase on how to basically bootstrap using start.spring.io. All right, so and that is pretty much simple. All you just need to do is to go to start.spring.io. When you go to start.spring.io, this gives you an interface to basically work with. So I'll do the same. I'm going to pick Java, Maven, then you have I'm picking the latest version. Then I will work with Java 25. I'll probably use properties for now. then make it a jar. Then let's name these I'll name these demo I just say demo UI, right? Okay, demo UI will sound somehow. Okay, let's leave it at demo 3 or demo 4, right? Demo 4 will be fine. Demo 4 will be fine. All right, so then I pick the dependencies. This is how to be. You pick the dependencies you want to start with. I pick web. I'm going to pick Lombok. Okay, then I'll pick RESTs. Let's just pick HTTP. Because this was, we're going to explore this in the future, okay? So I just pick this. This is just about, this is just about I'm showing you how to bootstrap. Before you bootstrap, you don't have to click generate immediately. Just go to explore. It will show you how it's going to look like, right? This is exactly what you're going to get. So you can check. In case you made some mistake, you pick Gradle, because I made the mistake sometimes where I would have picked this by default, not knowing that I intend to pick Maven when I check. But the moment I see, oh, this is not Maven, then I can come back, change it, and see that, oh, this is now what I'm expecting, right? But I can advise you guys to also play around Kotlin. Kotlin is also pretty good, right? It's also pretty good. I can also pick Gradle Kotlin. So Kotlin is a programming language like Java, right? It was actually developed by JetBrains, right? For you to work with. This is the package manager, so in case you don't know the difference. So Gradle Groovy is the package manager. Package managers are things that help you manage your dependencies. Before all these package managers basically became consolidated, managing dependencies for Java was hell, basically. But this has been improved and it is now seamless, right? So you could use Gradle Kotlin or Maven. All right, so I'm just going to come in here also and explore. So we'll have it here. So once you're fine with what you can see, just click on generate. I'm going to click on generate, pick where you want it to go to. I'll go to that same folder I've been working with, which is sample. I have this sample folder I've been working with. So I just go in there and just save it in there. So when we go into that folder, you can see there's a demo 4, right? Since there's a demo 4, I can double click in the mark and it will extract. Then I have this demo 4. Once I basically come to my Intellij, I can go in and open the project and go to my sample. Then I can pick my demo 4. When I open it up, new window, trust this project, yeah, it comes up also. So it's basically the same thing. So this you can also achieve. As you can see, this works the same way. All right, pretty much. Okay, so we've been able to achieve something awesome today. So the last one we'll touch on, right, before we basically close this video, is how to bootstrap via Intellij Ultimate. So if you're using Intellij Ultimate, so I'm going to close down all these windows, close all projects. So I've closed all the projects. Then I'll bring this up. So if you want to bootstrap, just click on new project, right? New project. The new project will bring about this interface. Then you see SpringBoot. You pick SpringBoot. Then you can pick the same thing. Just pick what you want. I'm going to allow it to be or remain in the samples folder. Then I pick Java, Maven. I pick probably the group ID could be anything you want, but most times just make it look, some just give it something like maybe com or og, right? Whichever it is, then probably your name or your nickname, whatever, it's fine. Then artifact, I'll make it demo 5 so that we can differentiate. And I'll pick Java 25, right? I'll stick to Java 25. We'll pick the jar properties. Then I go on next. Now, you can now pick what you want. You can pick on web. Web comes up. Then you cancel. Pick on Lombok. Lombok comes up or some. Then you cancel. Then finally, I can pick on HTTP, right? HTTP client. All right. When I do that, the same thing. We have the same result. So either any way you actually bootstrap, you have the same result. So when I go ahead and create this goes on to create. As you can see, it created in here. I'm gonna just pull this back in here. That's already created demo 5, and you can explore this, and you have this basically bootstrapped. May I mention this? There is a prerequisite, right? And the prerequisite is that you must have Java installed, and you must have Maven installed, right? If you don't, probably you don't have Maven installed and you're using Intellij, Maven come bundled. You can just click on the top right hand corner. You can see Maven. Then go to settings, right? Maven settings. you can see it's using Maven wrapper, what is included within this project. So you can use Maven wrapper. Then I can click down and use the bundled. Intellij comes with a bundled Maven, right? So you can use that also. That also works. Remember, I mentioned Maven is the package manager, right? And you must have the Java version, the target Java version you're trying to build Spring in, right? Please note, not all Spring Boot versions work with all Java versions. There is a particular set of Spring Boot version that work with a particular set of Java version. You can easily tell by doing a simple Google search and just click on Spring Boot versions or Spring Boot version for Java 25. So you will see it come on now. So you see this comes up, right? You'll be able to see, or yeah, this comes up, which is the requirement, and it tells you everything that you need to be able to run that particular Spring Boot version. All right, that being said, I think we'll be able to bootstrap and actually achieve our aim for today. All right, that pretty much settles it. When we come in the next time, we'll start looking at, okay, now that we bootstrap, let's see some of the components, all right? Let's look at how it looks, how the project looks like. Let's explain some of the pom.xml. Let's look at the structure. All right, with that said, I'll see you in the next video.